This week's edition of Grappler's Keep is brought to you once again by Diet Water. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show as people are gearing up in some parts of the country for a massive snowstorm and others are warming up and thawing out. Make sure you keep yourself well prepared for whatever weather is coming your way. And one of the things you always need to prepare for is to make sure you have plenty of stuff to stay hydrated with. And the best thing to do that with is that one product that has all of that great water taste, but none, I say none of those dreaded water calories. The one, the only, Diet Water. This product's only available in stores where it is sold. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are time zone wise on this island earth. This is Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, your host here for Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. It is Saturday night, which means we are finally back after a three-week unplanned hiatus for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K25 universe, where a number of characters from all of your favorite tabletop RPG genres compete in a ring that we lovingly call the Dice Tray, because now it looks like one. We are just a few weeks away, just a couple of weeks away from our next premium live event. That PLE would be the Fiendish Stockade, where we'll feature two matches in that Fiendish Stockade, one men's, one women's, our version of Hell in a Cell. That is coming up in a couple weeks, so we still have rivalries to work out. We still have a lot of matches to do. Thank you very much, Krellin, for that subscription renewal. We love those because Virgil and Tori do like to get paid, and that's how they get paid with their subscriptions. And I got to fix my green screen. Here you can see a little bit behind here. We've got my goofy hat and my adipose there, but let's get the green screen back up. That got popped off and I forgot to put it back on. So where are we at here? Where's my corner? Here it is. There's the hook. Put it back on the Velcro. All right. Now we're fully back inside the Emporium. Sorry about that, everyone. You have that adipose too? Yeah, I got that a few years back. The place where I got into Twitch streaming was on a channel called the Adipose TV. Addy became a good friend and he was a mentor as I initially started out streaming as a guest streamer on his channel and then slowly built things up to my own. And that was up. One of the people of the Adipose of Addy's posse told us that was on sale on Amazon, so a whole bunch of us got them and stuff like that. So he stays there on the shelf along with the Goofy hat because no one's the only one more goofier than Goofy is me. So have that going. Yep, I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so I've got different parts of memorabilia for that. But anyway, it is time for Grappler's Creep. We're getting ready for the next premium live event. So enjoy that chocolate waffle cone there, Krellin, with your subscription renewal. Enjoy your private booth over there as well. Welcome, Wandering Silence. Good to be back. So, unfortunately, reasons why we haven't been on is there was a death in my family. My mother died earlier this week, and I was traveling up on the weekends as she was getting sent to hospice and helping out with her care. She is gone. She went to the Lord Tuesday morning. So funeral services will be next week. So the way the schedule will go, we will have Family Night at the Emporium on Monday. We will not have the Skyrim serial on Wednesday. But I will be back, should be back on Saturday in time for Grappler's Keep next week, unless I get a late start. Funeral's on Friday. I'll probably be driving home Saturday morning. So I should get here in time, but if I don't, then we will reschedule and all that. So just wanted to warn you all ahead of time for that. So that's what's happening with everything here. So we're trying to get back to a normal schedule, whatever that is. So without any further ado, because we did use all the ado making dinner last night, let's go ahead and get things started. to enter the dice tray. Welcome to Grappler's Keep. All right, let's go ahead and get things started here. Special birthday edition of this because I completed my 63rd lap around the sun today. So we're going to have we're going to make this a very fun Grappler's Keep. We're going to have all sorts of different styles of matches, not your usual standard matchups here, but we're going to have all of the different type of provisional matches going on, especially matches lined up in this, except for our rivalry matches here tonight. So this Grappler's Keep is my birthday present to all of you. So, yep, it's yeah. So, and sometimes Krillin, I can feel every single one of those laps. So as I told someone on another stream earlier, yeah, I just turned 21 for the third time. So let's catch up on the news from when we were last on. Varja took complete advantage of the no disqualifications of the match by entering the ring and attacking Gelna. Despite illegal but dishonest action, Gelna is likely to find opportunity to get even for the attack. All right. What? Oh, let's click on. Oh, helps if I grab my controller and get that back. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it away. Duh. Tell how much out of practice I'm in. All right, let's get this back on. Doxel Rusubin came up short against Miney's Open Challenge match. No one can deny his courage to take on the challenge, but his losing efforts won't be drawing him much attention. Neil Caillo's Open Challenge backfired. The champion made a gamble to put on a strong showing against a surprise opponent in a non-title match, but now looks vulnerable after an upset loss. No doubt she'll feel the pressure for weeks after practically putting a target on her own back. Despite Goldie Boone's bold declaration to make an example out of her rival with a ladder attack, Chastity York scored an upset win and made her opponent eat her own words. Chastity York instead delivered a ladder attack of her own to Goldie Boone, knocking her rival down a rung. And in our gauntlet match setup with all of the contenders for the men's hunter's mark, Lore O'Dowta has won the men's hunter's mark, and he'll be bearing it for the first time this coming week. So let's take a look at the matches we have on tonight. In a tables match, we have former men's champion, hard to say that he held that title for so long, former men's champion Novar Xanatrone against Rulem in a classic Team Chemo versus the Triangle clash. We have Varja going up against Belle Sanders. In a table, ladders, and chairs match, we have the Demolition Squad going up against the Lucha Gnomes. We have in a underground match, we have Callius Lucidus and Killeran Sparkshard. We have in a regular matchup here, we have Feline Locke going up against Warble. In a submissions only match, we have Inyun Midlar against Desiree Bouveau. And defending and bearing for the Hunter's mark for the first time is Lore O'Dowta, and he will be in a ladder match against none other than former, now ousted member of the Triangle, Curtis the Pistol Powell. And then we have Doxel going up against Morduk. Get yourself ready, Wandering Silence. Your opportunity to boo Morduk will happen here tonight. And in our main event, it will be Chastity York once again up against Goldie Boone. So let's head right out to Diet Water Arena and get things started. This rivalry has not been without issues. We have Team Chemo, Doxel Rusubin, and Ben De Mustaine along with Novar Xanatrone. Very hot and heavy matchup in this one. Novar Xanatrone, former champion, will be going up against the newest member of the Triangle, the one and only Rulem, our thought to be repentant supervillain, who turns out is not repenting any at all. So they will be going at it here tonight in a tables match. Like I said, we're gonna have all the different types of matches in here tonight. that we tried to mix in some of the classic ones and all that. Some of them we can't do because we're not going to do a Royal Rumble tonight, and I'm saving the Fiendish Stockade for when we actually have the Fiendish Stockade PLE. So let's head right out to Diet Water Arena and get things started. All right, looks like everyone is here and set. Team Chemo is coming out first. Coming out together and coming out strong. There's Novar Xanatrone. He is our Earth Genasi, Cleric of the Forge. Now he's really carrying a chip on his shoulders, having just lost the men's Master of Melee Championship, and is already making his way to prove that he should have that belt back. He'll be starting it out with Rulem here tonight. This is going to be a interesting and wild matchup for sure. I don't know if we've ever seen these two go at each other before, so that's going to make things interesting. And there he is, along with the leader of the triangle. All right, here we go. Rulem coming down. He's made quite a blast lately with his leaving Curtis the Pistol Powell in the dust in their rivalry, and now taking his place. He's making a name for himself here in the triangle. Jardik Munka kicking out Curtis, bringing Rulem in. Now that his debt to society is paid, he no longer feels like he has to live up to anything other than what he wants to do himself. And here we go. Nice uppercut shot there by Novar. Quick stomp onto Rulem, taking it to him right away. And he's already going outside. He wants to get that table in now. He wants to make a statement early. Novar has his buddies at his side. Rulem has Jardik at his side. And things are going back and forth. Novar kicks him off. And the big strike attack won by Rulem. Pulls him up. Flips him over into a jawbreaker onto the knee. Nice Lexicon move. Tries to go after the legs, but Novar kicks him off. Lands on the table, but walks into a quick kick himself. These two are going at it hard and heavy. To start off, some strikes there and a big stomp, and now Rulem's going outside. Kind of a rolling, jumping senton over the top rope, and now a double axe handle from the second rope. And Rulem is not wasting any time. Oh, drops the table as Novar gets up, catches him by surprise. The table between him and Novar using that as a shield, it looks like. Gets some strikes in and over the backdrop, just barely missing, landing on the table. Doxel looks like he's doing something in the corner there as Novar stomps on the hand. Pulls him up, and some old-fashioned ground and pound going there by the hammer. Pulls him up. Hard whip in the corner, and no turnbuckle. Doxel took the turnbuckle off. Big stomp to the leg. Novar has the leg spread. Big stomp right on the solar plexus and walks over the top. hitting that steel ring, had to take give him some damage. Big clothesline, another one. Swing and a miss, and a massive power slam by Novar. Rulem's down, gives him time. He just throws the table on top of him. Now nails him with it right in the head. Now has the legs up. Looks like he's ready to make his statement here. Big strike there, another massive uppercut. Measures him out and goes for the knee drop and misses. Nobody home. Rulem was ready. Whips him hard into the table. Flips him around. Novar's in trouble here, and he gets pancaked through the table. And the victory goes to Rulem. A big victory here for the Triangle. Not the way Novar wanted to come back after that loss to Rufus Combs for the belt. And now Jarduk Munka's got to be thinking he made the perfect choice by getting rid of Curtis and bringing in Rulem. Yeah, Novar's definitely losing some mojo here for sure. All right, now we have Varja, former member of the Shield Maidens, now on her own, with going up against Belle Sanders. Belle Sanders being the former women's champion, former women's Lady of Valor champion. Varja not afraid to say that she has her, now that she no longer has tag team duties solely, she has her eyes on shooting for that belt. And the way she's been wrestling on her own as of late, it's probably going to be sooner rather than later. So we'll see what happens with that. But now Varja's opponents have mostly just been up against her former tag team partner, Gelna. But she's had some good matches against others. So we'll see how she does against a former champion, a way to test her mettle to see how well it does here. This could be the battle of the cornrows, battle of the braids here. So let's see what happens here as we return to Diet Water Arena. There's the music, which means only one thing. There she is. Varja loves to fight almost as much as she loves her armor. Making her way down to the ring. Says attacking Gelna and kicking her out of her life professionally was the boldest and best move she could have ever made. We'll see if there's addition by subtraction here. See how well they do as singles wrestlers. But Varge has definitely shown that she can handle things on her own. Definitely gives an impressive look in and out of the ring. And with that, she's in the ring and she is ready to roll. And here comes her opponent. Out of the Weird Wild West, former Lady of Valor Women's Champion, looking for the opportunity to get that belt back, as Varge is looking for her first shot at it. Bell is definitely going to be a hurdle in the way of that, and Bell intends to be as much of an obstacle as possible. Only thing she's got concern about is one thing, one person. That, of course, is Bell Sanders. And looks like we may be having some connection issues here. Hold with us here. All right. Hopefully we can get these fixed up here real quick. All right, Bell set and ready to go, as is Varja. There's the bell, and here we go. And Bell comes in right quick with the big strike. As the waist lock cinched in. Nice reversal by Varja. Now has the headlock going. Cranking on that neck hard on Bell. Really cranking it there. Yeah, I'm getting the unstable signal, but meanwhile, one thing that is unstable is the temper of Varja. She's going right at it with Bell. Now collar elbow hook up there in the middle of the ring. Nice reversal into the twisted wrist lock there. Bell trying to find a way to release the pressure. She does, and creates her own and turns it into a hammerlock. Putting pressure on Varja. Varja's not a small person, so for Bell to get her down to a knee like she had there, it takes a bit of force. Nice reversal into a hammerlock behind the back. Cranking on that arm. Trying to wear Bell down. And now, quick snapmare by Bell Star. That championship experience going in there has the chin lock going. And now, pendulums a knee right into the back. Grabs her and is going for the arm bar. But Varja gets to the belt, gets to the rope, and now we have collar elbow hook up again. And Bell is pushing Varja back. Not easy to do. Ref wants a clean break and gets one. And now Bell comes charging in. But Varja gets the elbow right back up. Hard whip into the ropes. Picks her up right away. Twisting slam down. And what's this? Here comes Gelna interrupting the match. She's had enough of Varja interfering in hers and is coming right in after her. Hooks her up. Hits her with the slam. Bell goes for the pin. This must have been a non-DQ match because the ref didn't stop anything. Gelna giving Bell some advantage here. Can she take advantage of it? Whip into the ropes. Goes up. Luthez press and goes right to the ground and pound that she knows so well. But Varja comes right back in. And now has the blatant choke right on the ropes. Looks like Gelna's attack just charged Varja up more than anything else. And now the slap fight begins. And of course, Bell not being afraid to block and get in extra shots. Varja not afraid to mix it up with anyone. Bell Sanders has probably done this in many a saloon in her time. And there you see you're blocking and getting multiple shots in again. She's not afraid to do any trick in the book. As the strikes go, and now the hockey fight begins. Let's see if anyone comes out on top. And looks like Bell took the worst of it. Gets scooped up into up on the shoulders. Pancakes her down. Hooks the leg for the pin. And that is it. So Gelna may have struck, but instead the fatal blow was done by Varja. So now, a former champion defeated. And who can deny the fact that Varja has championship goals in mind? And now we're going to have something we've never had on this channel before. and that is a table, ladders, and chairs match. So I picked out 2 tag teams that I thought would be very good for this. So we have the Lucha Gnomes going up out of the Fantasy Realm, going up against the Demolition Squad, Scooter, and Chaos. This should be an interesting mixing the power style of our post-apocalypse people against the luchador style of our gnomes. This should be a fun and interesting match setup. We'll see how well this goes and see if it inspires us to have more of these, perhaps in the future. Let's go ahead and head back right to Diet Water Arena. Coming out first, out of the wastelands of the post-apocalypse, it is Scooter and Chaos. Chaos on the left, Scooter on the right. Now Chaos leading the way. Scooter, the self-proclaimed, according from what we know, Baron of the Wastelands. Chaos was his bodyguard before they were kicked out. And now they are here as they prepare to make their return back. And we shall see how they do in this matchup. They've never been in a TLC match before, so we'll see how they do as a squad together. In this kind of matchup, it's going to be wild and crazy. And when you say wild and crazy, that only means one thing. We have to have the Lucha Gnomes. Salzer Dark Belt, Traybar Twinback. Okay, I need to fix their names on there because she's saying Luchador about 3 times too many. All right, making their way into the ring. Hoping this will be interesting to see if they can use their speed and aerial skills to combat the power of the Demolition Squad. Basically, you got to climb the ladder. Get the prize hanging from the hook. This will be tornado tag. Everyone's in the ring. And here we go. And Demolition Squad's trying to take their power right to the Lucha Gnomes early. And Scooter's going right for a chair. Salzer goes right after him with a Hurricane Rana. Meanwhile, Traybar is in the ring, facing off against the mighty Chaos, getting pounded on. And now, Salzer tries to use a chair and misses. And now, the other gnome's thrown out. Everybody's outside the ring except for Traybar. Chaos is fetching a ladder and nails Traybar with it. As everyone's outside the ring, Chaos tosses the ladder in. Both Lucha Gnomes are down. Nope, Traybar back up to his feet. Everyone's back up on their feet now, and now everyone's heading back inside the ring. Nice missile drop kick. Takes down Scooter. Chaos going upstairs. He's already reaching for the case there. And Traybar pushes the ladder out from underneath. Zalcer has gone for a kendo stick to try to even the odds a bit. Traybar all over Scooter. But Chaos knocks Zalcer and the kendo stick to the ground. Traybar all over Scooter. Zalcer tries to pick up Chaos and gets blocked and just thrown around. Meanwhile, Zalcer gets the ladder ready. In time for Scooter to come after him. Zalcer being thrown like a sack potato. Scooter thrown right into the ladder. And now Traybar has the heel hook going on Scooter, taking the legs out. Chaos has a table as Zalcer tries to get back up. Traybar climbing the ladder. Chaos sees it. Both he and Scooter are going after him and knock the ladder out from underneath him. Here comes Zalcer to help out. Traybar on his back. Nice running neck breaker on Scooter. Traybar goes outside and Chaos has a chair. And before he can use it, Traybar hits him with a Hurricane Rana. Solar Plexus stomp on Scooter by Zalcer in the middle of the ring. Scooter trying to get free. Traybar not afraid to go after Chaos. Zalcer waits for Scooter to get up. Hurricane Rana from the second rope onto the ladder. Scooter pops right back up and now picks up the ladder. Zalcer has the chair and tries to use it on Chaos but misses. DDT onto Chaos by Traybar, and now Zalcer pulls down Scooter. Oh, Traybar accidentally hit Zalcer with the chair. He was going for Scooter and missed. Now both gnomes are down. Zalcer trying to get up to his feet outside. Scooter on top of Traybar. Massive strike to the head there. Sets up another one. Zalcer uses the table on Chaos and it doesn't even faze him. Scooter tries to throw the table on top of Traybar. Throws it at him again. Now Traybar gets back up. Zalcer's just taking a licking from Chaos as his Traybar is from Scooter. But nope, Traybar is right back up. He's going to do some action road work and nice missile drop kick, knocking the ladder away. Scooter comes in with a big clubbing forearm. Zalcer trying to survive against Chaos as he gets snake-eyed onto the ring apron. Meanwhile, Traybar is taking it to Scooter. Goes outside and now he's going to go after Chaos and clobbers him. He's not afraid of how big they are. Oh, Scooter with a big boot onto Zalcer. Not sure where Traybar's going, but he runs into Scooter. Scooter picks him up, gut wrench lift into a slam down. Chaos is back up onto his feet, but taken out by Zalcer. But now Chaos coming with the big clubs and kicks. He's going to the toy box, pulling out a new ladder. The old one there isn't good enough, I guess. We have two ladders and a chair inside the ring. Traybar tried to pick up a chair, instead gets thrown towards the ladders. Everyone's inside now. And nice takedown. Each opponent taking out the opposite, and now it's just Traybar and Zalcer and Scooter. And Scooter's all over Zalcer right now. Chaos has the ladder. Traybar takes it, sets it up, but he's not going to be allowed to get on it. He's busy with Chaos. Scooter's got a chair in his hands. Traybar thrown out of the ring. Chaos has had to climb the ladder, is going to go after him. Scooter's all over Zalcer right now. And right now, the power battle seems to be winning over the Luchas. Chaos throwing Traybar like a sack of potatoes. Scooter setting a table up on top of Zalcer, and now right into the ring post goes Zalcer. Traybar tries some sort of flip but misses. Chaos all over him there. Salser up. He's going to go for a razor's edge, and down he goes. Chaos going up top rope. On to the Eldritch Blasts with a Mats with an elbow shot. He's all waiting for Traybar to get up, scoops him up. Traybar reverses, chop blocks him from behind. Scooter climbs the ladder, as does Zalser. There's Traybar going after Scooter, pulls him off, giving Zalser a chance to get the bag, get the case. He's got one hand on it. Traybar keeping everyone else busy. And it looks like Zalser may have the case. He does. And the victory goes to the Lucha Gnomes. An impressive victory for the Lucha Gnomes over the Demolition Squad in this table, ladders, and chairs match. Yeah, pretty amazing. Good stuff there. And now we're going to have our underground match. We had one of these before when as one of Cheryl Aeronoma's title defenses. Yep, Gnome Supremacy is going to take over the world. So this is going to be an interesting one. They're busy getting their ring ready for this because this one takes a little bit different approach. So let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. Or again, there we go. Hit the button enough times and I guess it'll work, right? As you can see, the ropes are off. And some lucky spectators paid extra to stand right there next to the ring as we have Callius Lucidus, our sci-fi character out of the Delta Quadrant. Accidentally crash landed here onto Earth, and he's here while he waits for our technology to catch up to him, or for someone to come find him and bring him home. This is going to be a wild and interesting matchup, that is for sure. As you can see, there are no ropes. The ring posts are there, but the ropes are not. We'll explain the rules here in just a little bit. You can see some very hardcore fans watching on from right there next to the ring. And his opponent is hoping that this match becomes nothing short of marvelous and glorious. It is Killoran Sparkshard, our high elf, fire elemental wizard. Feels every one of his matches needs to be filled with the pomp and the circumstance that they deserve and that he is owed. Making his way down to the ring. This will be a first for both of these wrestlers here, their first time in an underground match. I'm not sure if Killoran is going to be ready for how brutal a match these can be. I've seen them before. My own personal wrestler and another EFED had held the title in this on another person on Painting Pirates channel. So I know how rough these matches can be. Killoran gets himself set up. See how well he can handle fans being this close. here in the matchup. And with that, here we go. We'll take it to the ringside. Underground rules, no counts, no pinfalls. The only way you win is by knockout, TKO, or submission.
The following contest is an underground match. The only ways to win are by knockout or submission. Introducing first, from out of this world, weighing in at 215 pounds, Speedy Luke Sinister. And from Avalon, weighing in at 228 pounds, Kelvin Sparks Shaw.
All right. There's our introductions. You heard the rules. Just knockout or submission. There's the bell, and here we go. Kelleran going right after Callius. Tries to throw him off the ring, and nasty neckbreaker off of the dice tray onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Comes right back out after him. The fans clearing out of the way to give them plenty of room. And Kelleran surprising me with how vicious he is getting here from the get-go. No fear here. Wrapping the legs up, and the big stomp right on the knees and the back of the hams. Going right after Callius. Has both arms with an undefended knee shot there to the head. And now the ground and pound resumes. Big stomp there. Leap and a big knee shot there. TKO is basically if you're injured and you can't get up and get out. It's not number of pins. It's either TKO and knockout in this are pretty much the same thing. Pulls him up by the back of the head and has the submission hold locked in. Looks like a combination of the STFU and the $1 Million Dream there. Or Cobra Clutch. Now Callius trying to take control here. Kind of a mini pile driver right there, but Kelleran right back up. But right into a big suplex by Callius. Big stomp to the arm. And now goes for the Fujiwara armbar. Kelleran rolls out. Has him by the head and spins. Nice little spin out maneuver there. Comes right in with the double axe handle. That just very much could be, Krellin. Big stomp to the back, another one. Another one to the foot. Throws him down. Hammer locks him up. And now going for the complete arm pull the other way, all the way down to the fingers. And finishes it with a double knee to the back. Stomp. Nope, nobody there. But Callius tries to maneuver, but walks right into a jawbreaker, but Callius right there to kick him off. Now comes in with a chop, another one, a third, no, that was more of a punch, wraps him up. Big Fisherman's Exploder suplex combo. Cranking on. Did I say Kelleran? I'm sorry about that. Big stomp by Callius. Big stomp there again. Another big stomp by Callius, trying to wear him down. Twisting on the arm, working it all the way 360 around. Kelleran pops right back up and gets thrown right into the metal ring post there. Pulls him back up, wraps him up, going for another suplex, but no, Kelleran has him. There, gets some good shots in. And nasty shot there. I think that one drew blood. As Kelleran waits. Has him by the back of the neck. No corner turnbuckle to throw him into, but instead right into the ring post. Goes down the steps properly right after him, but follows him nonetheless. Goes for a spin kick, misses. Nice little leg sweep by Callius. And now throws Kilran towards the steps. Kilran dodges it, but still falls on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Tries to pull him up. Wraps him up. And hits him with the knee drop right into the gut. Pulls the leg one way. Stump puller one way, then the other. Pulls him back up again as the fans have cleared out of the way. Throws him back inside the dice tray. Ref joins him there as well. Big stump. And now I'm assuming it's a headlock here. I can't say. Yeah, headlock. Headstand into it with both knees coming down. Now releases it. Grabs him by the legs. And he's got the walls of Jericho in there, but nope. Kilran reverses out of it. Spins himself loose. And now the ground and pound continues from our wizard here. Gut wrench lift into a power bomb. Still has him. Flips him over and hits him with the shining wizard. Callius rolls outside the ring. Kilran waiting out in the ring. And now Kilran coming after him, but Callius grabs him by the legs and pulls him in, walks him into it, and now he's going for that submission move again. But once again, Kilran has the solution and rolls him into the side of the dice tray. And now another big running knee shot. Pulls him up to his feet. He's going to try to take him back inside the ring and just throws him in there. Impressive strength there. Waits for him to get up. Kilran has him up, fireman's carry. Hits him with a go to sleep. Flips him over. And now doing the face stretch here. Trying to get a submission. Cranking on the back there. Now he releases. Callius back up to his feet. And tries to throw Kilran out. Has him wrapped up. Suplex outside of the ring onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Both of them landing hard. Callius goes back up, now comes down the stairs. Now he wants back up on the ring. He can't make up his mind what he wants to do. Kilran gets up to his feet, tries to go after him. Callius mocking him, but Kilran instead is going to throw him. He's going to do the same thing. Nope. Reverses it, and Callius just throws him. Leaping body splash off the ring onto Kilran. Scoops him up. Another sit-out slam this time. Waiting for Kilran to get to his feet. There's a quick kick. Wraps him up. And he hits the crash landing. And Kilran is out cold. The victory goes to Callius Lucidus. Impressive victory here for Callius Lucidus. Kilran showed me a lot more than I expected from him, to be quite frank, out of this match. But in the end, it was our sci-fi man, Kilran. Now, not Kilran. Anyway, let's move on. We have Feline Locke going up against Warble. This is going to be a standard matchup here. Feline has a current rivalry going with Neil Caillo. The Constitution penalty catches up to you in the end every time. That's true, Krellin. Ever since our last premium live event, Feline Locke and Neil Caillo have not been seeing eye to eye on a lot of things, but including a couple of tag team matches where Feline has left the match, leaving Neil on her own. So not a lot of love between those two ladies. But Feline will find herself tonight going up against former Lady of Valor champion, our Kenku Rogue Warble. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena, as they should have the ropes probably hooked up by now. Yeah, the person who booked that should have taken that in consideration. Little. Yep, the ropes are back up. Didn't take the team long.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making it
Out
to the ring,
of the superhero realm, the Lean Luck, Queen of the Frost realm, out of the superhero genre. Supposedly the only place not cold on her is her heart, but she's been kind of cold-hearted towards Neil as of late, abandoning her in 2 straight matches. But now she'll be up against a different opponent this time. Not sure where this jealousy or rivalry of Feline Locks has come from, but she seems to be taking it out on Neil. Looks like she's set and ready.
and her opponent from Avalon,
Our Kenku Rogue shocked the world last season by becoming the bearer of the Women's Hunter's mark, successfully bearing it 4 times in a row, and winning the challenge to become Lady of Valor champion. She may be a rogue, but she is a rogue because she's stolen the hearts of the fans for sure. She definitely has a huge following here within the keep. Looks like she is just about set and ready to go. Lean stretching out. Warble looking loose. There's the bell, and here we go. Warble wastes no time, pulls her right in for a lariat. Now a nice elbow drop execution there. Going right for the legs. Stomp right on the solar plexus and walking over the top of the Frost Queen. Pulls her up to her feet. Big chop there. Wraps her up. Quick snap suplex. No, Feline floats over. Hits her with a chop block from behind. Pulls her up to a knee and just slaps her up across the face. No respect there at all. Leaps up. Hits with a knee drop. And now goes for some ground and pound. Pulls her up. Drop kick from behind. Right between the shoulders, it looked like. Pulls the arm out. Big stomp on the shoulder there. Measures her out, and another elbow. Now goes for the ankle, just working her way around the body. Mocking the mocker to get to her feet. Wraps her up. Scoops her up, fireman's carry. And just drops her right onto the top rope. Grabs the legs, elbow drop. Stays a hold of the leg and starts punching right at the knee, trying to take the legs out from underneath of the Kenku. Flips her over. Has the legs apart, does a stomp of her own. Little equal time on the solar plexus stomps there. Big chop. And now a big chop from Warble, and now we have a chop fight going on. Feline blocks that one, gets 2 in, and another block. Now daring her to take some shots, but instead grabs a hold of her big clubbing forearm to the back. Hard whip into the corner. Pulls her out, has her set up and suplex right into the turnbuckles. Pulls her up to her feet. Grabs her by the leg and a shin breaker. Right into a dragon screw. Big stomp and now a knee to the back. And it's now all Feline lock. She's going up, top rope. Measuring it out and a big elbow, but nobody home. The Kenku is ready. Wraps her up, small package. But only a 1 count. And now the Kenku begins the ground and pound on the Frost Queen. Flips her over. Measures her out and a basement drop kick. Pulls her up to her feet. Big strike there. Wraps her up from behind. Hits the mocker. Hooks the leg, goes for the pin. But only a 2 count. She thought she had it there. Plenty of shock, but not enough awe. Pulls her up. Wraps her up. Beautiful Russian leg sweep. Pulls her back up again. Big series of chops. Shot into the back. Another one, nope. Countered with an elbow and a flying body press by Feline. As she waits for Warble to get to her feet. Wraps her up. Hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrogs over. Goes in right for a Luthez press and right into the ground and pound. Warble flips her off her body. Quick series of strikes there. Wraps her up and she hits the avalanche. Goes for the pin. But only a 2 count. Not enough. Big stomp to the arm. Wraps her up. Going for a ring of Saturn, but nope. Warble gets in the ropes. She breaks it. Hits her with a knee in the process to the back. Swing and a miss on the double axe handle. Quick kick. Wraps her up. Hits her with the Warbler's call. Goes for the pin. But only a 2 count. Warble has her by the arm. Flips her over easy. Big double axe handle shot. Diving shot there by the Kenku. Stomp to the head. Now she's going up top rope. But Feline's already there. Went for a drop and misses. Feline's going to take advantage here. Double axe handle right to the back of the head. Miscalculation there on Warble's part. There's the elbow, and this time she nails it from the top rope. The Warble gets right back up. Kicks her away. Flying body press misses. Warble's still on her feet. Soccer kick to the side, another stomp. Slams the arm down. Waiting for her to get to her feet. Wraps her up. Kicks her hard into the corner, right in the turnbuckle. Big kick to the gut. Has her by the legs and alley-oops her out. Warble goes to the opposite corner. Waits for Feline to get to her feet. And a drop kick right to the back. Now a stomp to the gut, another one. And now pressing the foot right on the chest. And Feline goes down. Warble flips her over, goes for the pin. But still only a 2 count. Pulls Feline up to her feet. Big strike there, another strike. Running Bulldog right into the corner. Going upstairs. We're going to see the Kenku flip. And despite her attempts to get away, Feline did not move the right way. Guessed wrong. Warble hooks the leg. But still only a 2 count. Pulls her up to her feet. Quick kick wraps her up. Hits the mocker once again. Will this finish her off? It does. And the victory goes to Warble. So no interference or appearance by Neil Caillo, as many were expecting, but still Good match all around here. Now, this is going to be an interesting one here. We have Minyun Maidalar, the leader of the faction known as Fatal Attraction, will be going up against Desiree Bouveau in a submission only match. You cannot win by pinfall. You can only win by a submission. 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Felt a cough coming on. I didn't want to cough into you guys in the match. Yeah, it was fairly well matched up there in this. This is going to be an interesting match here. Both have very effective submission moves in their arsenal. Pillow Talk for Desiree and the Underdark for Minyun. So this will be interesting to see how this match goes on. So let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. Minyun Maidalar, our Drow Queen, Master of the Dark Arts, makes her way into the dice tray. Here by herself tonight. The rest of Fatal Attraction not here with us tonight. Even by herself, she is a force to be reckoned with. Belle of every ball, singer, dancer, performer, stage, and ring, it is Desiree Bouveau. Making her way to the ring. Briefly held the Women's Lady of Valor Championship belt last season, only to quickly lose it to one of her biggest rivals, our current ladies champion, Cheryl Aranoma. Would love an opportunity to get a title shot once again. Good victory here will put her in the hunt for that for sure. Right now, her focus is on our Drow Sorceress Queen and getting a submission from Her Highness herself. Not an easy thing to do. All right, Minyun looks set, as does Desiree. Stare down from either corner. There's the bell, and here we go. Both of them going for quick shots right away. Looks like Desiree got the better of it. Minyun still down, slams Minyun's arm down, flips her over. Flips her over again, measures her up, and drop kick right to the back. And now it's going to go right for the ground and pound on the head. That's the area where her finishes it with a slap. That's where her submission move works. Both of them moves are head and neck oriented for that submission. Measures her up into the ropes. Big running kick. Pulls her up. What works once will work twice. No, goes for a flying neck breaker instead. Minyun rolling towards the ring apron as Desiree waits. Goes right after her. Has her by the back of the neck. Puts her there up on the ropes. Bounces her in. Elbow to the back. Forearm to the back again. A third one right on the kidneys. Now Desiree's going upstairs. Mocking Minyun to get up. Leaping body press. Misses. Minyun moves out of the way. Big forearm strike there. Hard whip into the corner. Follows it with the forearm. Looks like Desiree punched her way out. Big forearm strike there. Collar elbow hookup going on here. Minyun throws Desiree off. Big series of kicks. knocks her into the corner. Desiree elbows her way free with some strikes and a drop kick of her own. Big kick to the gut, big strike there, throws her down. Pulls her down by the head, and now going for the hair pull. Stretching that body out for as long as the ref allows the 5-second count to go. Pulls her up to her knees, into the ropes. Big boot to the side of the head. Mocks her to get up. Goes after her. Has her by the back of the neck, taking her into the corner. Hard into the turnbuckle. Mignon elbows her way free, however, and now throws Desiree into the corner. Goes opposite way. Now it's going to come all the way downtown with a big running boot. Kicks her out of the corner. Slams the arm down. Big stomp to the face. Waits on the outside of the ring apron now. Leaping body press, but totally misses. Desiree back up on her feet, goes right after, trying to take advantage. Goes right for a jawbreaker. Down goes Mignon. Goes up, second rope. Blows her a kiss. Waits for her to get up. And goes right for a Hurricane Rana from the second rope. Into the ropes. Leaping leg drop. Big stomp to the face. Another one. A third. And now it's going to go right for some ground and pound. Finishes it with a slap. Probably doesn't want to break a nail. Pulls her up to her feet. And hits her with the facial. Waiting for her to get to her feet. Big super kick there. Another big stomp. And now pulling back on the neck and chin. Trying to get a submission or at least soften her up. But Mignon gets out instead. And hits her with a double knee to the jaw that grabs one leg. Stomp right to the hamstring. Flips her over. Flips her, changes her mind, flips her back. And leg drop right onto the knee. Some ground and pound. Pulls her up to her feet, quick kick. Hits the face plant and now locks in the Underdark. Gonna try to get the submission here. But nice snapmare reversal by Desiree. Let's see if she can recover. Hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Big discus spin elbow. Desiree mocking her as she gets up. Big kick. Strikes there, but no. That kick blocked, and now Mignon has her down. Gets some strikes in, and now mocks her to get to her feet. Springboard right into a tornado DDT. Pulls her up. Now it looks like she's going to take her all the way across town. Hard into the turnbuckle. Throws her out and through. Goes up the ropes. And nice little flip over. Knows that a pinfall's not going to get it for her. Desiree not moving much. So she's going to set her up. Camel clutch locked in. Going for the submission right here. Desiree's able to pull the arms out and get out from underneath. Flips her over. Swing and a miss, but the kick by Mignon doesn't. Quick strike there. Waist cinch, but big elbow by Desiree. Rolls her over. Hits her with the high heel. Rolls her over, and she's got her locked in for pillow talk. Submission locked in, but no, Mignon's able to get to the ropes. Lost track of where she was in the ring. Goes up, second rope. Big body splash. Works her way around. Big stomp to the head. Another. This one on the hands. Big kick to the side. Nearly flipped her over. Mignon rolls out onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Desiree works her way around as well. Pulls her up to her feet. Throws her back into the ring. Both back in with plenty of time. Pulls her up. Quick kick. Face plants her down. Hits her with the facial once again. Throws her down, and she's going to try to lock Pillow Talk in again. Farther from the ropes. She's got it locked in. And she releases it. Don't know why. Big stomp. Goes up. Top rope. Waits for Mignon to get to her feet. I'm not sure what the strategy is here. She had that locked in good. Body press. Leaping body press misses. Whip into the turnbuckle by Mignon. Now throws her out. Springboards up, over, and around. Once again. Mignon mocking her to get to her feet once again. Mignon does. Big series of strikes. Goes up. Nice arm drag throw there. Has her by the arm and leg, pulling her away from the ropes. Goes for a stomp and misses. Desiree right back up. Hammerlock, inverted DDT. These two ladies going at it hard, trying to wear each other down. Desiree going up, top rope. Double axe handle shot to the head. Down she goes, stomp to the leg. Rolls her over. Pulls her up, kick to the back. Pulls her up again, locks in the head scissors. Maybe trying to go for a submission the old-fashioned way, just crushing the head like a watermelon. Breaks the hold. Now, waits for Mignon to get to her feet. She's going to go for Pillow Talk again. There's the slam down, and the legs are locked in. Middle of the ring, nowhere to go. Mignon struggling to get free, and she taps. The submission secured, and the victory goes to Desiree Bouveau. Big win for Desiree. Showing that submission move is effective. And now we have our defense tonight of the Hunter's Mark. Current bearer of the Hunter's Mark after winning that gauntlet match 3 weeks ago is Laura O'Dowda. For those of you not familiar with Grappler's Keep, the Hunter's Mark is a fighting championship. It is defended every time we have a stream, whether it's an event like this or if it's a premium live event like the Fiendish Stockade, which is coming in just 2 weeks. So, you have to defend the Hunter's Mark. If you successfully defend it 4 times in a row, you can then turn in the belt for a shot at, in Laura's case, would be for the Master of Melee Men's Championship, as Rufus Combs did, and now has the belt because he defeated Novar Xanatrone. So Laura's first time bearing the Hunter's Mark is against no one else but the former member of the faction, Curtis the Pistol Powell. This is going to be interesting here. Curtis will be by himself for the first time outside the triangle facing one of the members. So, can Curtis get his revenge by getting the Hunter's Mark? Let's head back to Diet Water Arena and see.
The following contest is a ladder match.
And this is a ladder match.
The Men's Internet Fighting Championship.
All right, Curtis, the pistol pal, out of the Weird Wild West. Gunslinger extraordinaire. Had led the band of desperados that burned down the Boone family ranch. Bell Star was one of the members of his band of bandits. They fled the posse led by Rufus Combs and had Goldie Boone amongst them. They all got caught into a time loop vortex, and all four of them were pulled here to Grappler's Keep. Curtis no longer has his band with him. So he joined up with the Triangle. Now finds himself kicked out and replaced by Rule M. So now he's going to seek revenge the best way he knows possible, and that's taking the belt away from Lore O'Dowda. Speaking of whom, they are the Triangle.
Representing the Triangle of Terror from Avalon, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Men's Internet Fighting Champion, Gentleman Lord.
Lore O'Dowda, our gentleman thief. He's a rogue like as well. He likes being sneaky just for the fun as well as the profit. He is one of the original members of the Triangle along with Jarduk Bunka. He holds the belt, hoping to earn the shot for that Men of Valor that Master Melee Championship, and bring the championship belt to where Jarduk feels it belongs, and that is within his power in the Triangle. And this is the belt that they are competing for. Don't know why it's so blurry, but it is. That is the Men's Hunter's Mark. Let's head right back to the ring. Take it, Alicia. She's already done the announcing, so we're all set and ready to go. Curtis goes right into a bulldog right away. No pin or submission here. You get the ladder in there just like in the TLC match. Climb the ladder, only in this case, if you win, you get the title. Curtis is already going outside. He's not taking chances. He's grabbing a chair. He runs the other two off as Lore grabs the ladder, and Curtis gets him from behind with the chair. Gets him a second time, a third. Now throws it down. He's going to, not to set it up, he's going to wait for Lore to come back in. Leaps over and body splash off the top rope. Pulls him up to his feet. Throws him back inside the ring. Big stomp to the leg. Pulls him up. A lot of offense quickly from Curtis right here. Pulls him up. Pancake slam straight down. Grabs the chair again. Again with the chair strikes. That one kind of misses. Lore gets up. Running neck breaker. Curtis landed right on the ladder. Lore has him wrapped up. Over the shoulder drop onto the ladder again. That cannot feel good. Is it freezing up again? I'll keep an eye out for it. As the chair Lore's now working the chair onto Curtis. Now puts it down. Does a few stomps himself into the ropes. Leaps, double axe handle shot. And now he'll grab the ladder. Pull it up, set it up. Not going to climb it yet, though. He grabs the chair and goes after Curtis again with it. That chair's pretty beat up. Now Rulem, he's taking the turnbuckle off as Lore waits. Now he climbs the ladder. Curtis goes after him, pulls him right down. Wraps him up. Has him hooked up. Interesting little DDT there. Curtis is going to take advantage of the opportunity, climb the ropes. Jarduk was trying to interfere, but he got chased off by the ref. Now Lore pushes the ladder out. Goes up second rope. Double axe handle leap there. Curtis now on top of the ladder again. Into the ropes. Leaps elbow drop. Curtis still on top of the ladder. And now he's going for the steps. Those steel steps. He's bringing them in there as well. Let's see what he's got planned with those. Quick kick. Cutter straight down. He's going after the other ladder. The other one must not be good enough for him. Unless he's going to make Curtis into a ladder sandwich. Grabs the ladder. Puts it up in the corner. Curtis comes after him and misses. Now grabs a hold of him. Hard whip into the ropes. Nice hip toss. Almost landing into the ladder. Curtis picks up the ladder. Puts it up in the other corner where the turnbuckle's taken out. And bulldogs Lore again. Big stomp to the back. And now the ground and pound begins. Big stomp to the gut. Curtis is wondering what to do. And now Jarduk has him distracted. Tune him out. And here comes Lore. Running chop block from behind. Curtis trying to pull himself up. Goes right after and clotheslines him right in between Jarduk and Rulem. They're not going to interfere. Now Lore has a straight shot to climb the ladder. No interference. He's reaching for it. That interference might be enough to cost Curtis the belt. He gets up. He runs to the ladder. He tries to push it out from underneath. And he does. Lore's left there hanging. Drop kicks Rulem. Chases Jarduk off. But Lore somehow comes down with the belt. And retains the championship. Lore did not give up when he didn't come down, and he stayed up there using his rogue skills to undo the belt and come down with the belt. I've never seen that happen before, but I guess a rogue like him could pull it off. All right, now we have Doxel Rusabin going up against Morduk. Doxel has a current rivalry going on with Miney. Yeah, Curtis just tactical error. I think he assumed that he would fall down, but the hands of the rogue kept working on there and got him out. So no justice for Curtis, at least not as of yet. So we have Doxel going up against Morduk. What do we have going here? Wandering Silence, gifting Crit Witch with a subscription. Everyone, we got root beer floats for all. Thank you very much for gifting Crit Witch that subscription, Wandering Silence. Thank you very much. And Crit Witch, enjoy the root beer sundae as well as that chocolate waffle cone. So, as I said, Doxel has a rivalry going on with Miney. Yeah, Miney out of the kobold, out of the 3 kobolds and a trench coat. Which is not too surprising since he is a demon blood hunter. But tonight he'll be going up against our super smart superhero out of the super smart hero out of the superhero realm, the one, the only, Wandering Silence's favorite wrestler of all time, Morduk. That's it, right back to Diet Water Arena. And Crit Witch, since you now are subscribed, if you like, with that tier 1 subscription, you can join Grappler's Keep as a manager for a tag team or a singles wrestler here within Grappler's Keep. Just let me know if you would like to consider doing that, and we will get you set up. So, Doxel Rusabin, our red tiefling blood hunter, he'll be going up against the super smart superhero. Doxel's no dummy either, but he and Meanie have not been getting along well as of late. Meanie's doing everything he can to get under Doxel's skin, and it's starting to work. Let's see if he can stay focused as he takes on one of the probably the smartest man in the building. That would be Morduk. That's a 6-month subscription for Crit Witch. I didn't see that. Wow. And with that, here he comes. He says he saved the world more times than it knows. He says both Rex Reed and Tony Stark were both modeled after him. Yeah, Meanie is being a meanie right now towards Doxel. But we'll see if he's bit off more than he can chew with that. Sometimes kobolds, their eyes get bigger than their stomachs, which is kind of hard to imagine, since have you ever seen a kobold eat? They are not allowed at all-you-can-eat buffets. They don't eat it, they'll destroy it, and it gets to be too much of a mess to clean up. All right, Morduk making his way in. Love him or hate him, you can't overlook his abilities inside the ring. Yeah, they do have tenacity. You have to give them that. After all, they have been the tag team champions. We have a level 2 hype train going right now. Woohoo! Yeah, probably, Krellin. That would not surprise me at all. That his Wikipedia page is just citation needed. All right, looks like both wrestlers are ready to go. There's the bell, and we are off. Collar elbow hookup right in the center of the ring, in the middle of the dice tray. Morduk pulls him in for the headlock. As it locked in good, pushes him off into the ropes, drops down, leapfrogs over, and hits him with the drop kick right in there. Grabs him by the leg, and a stump puller. Big stomp onto the leg, trying to take out the leg that he uses the brain drain with, perhaps. Big leaping knee drop, but walks right into a quick kick. Nice springboard moonsault there by Morduk. Big stomp there. Flips him over. Wrapping him up. He's going for an inverted figure 4. Trying to get a tap out, but Doxel reverses it, busts his way free, and a springboard shot misses totally. Messes up the calculations there. Some stomps by Morduk. He's waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. Now just comes after him. Wraps him up. Series of quick kicks to the head. Wraps him up again. Picks him up. Fireman's carry towards the opposite rope and drops him right on the top rope. Going right for a quick pin. but only a 1 count. Pulls him up, another series of kicks to the head, setting up the brain drain perhaps. Mocking Doxel to get to his feet. Big forearm strike there. And a big slap back by Doxel. Doxel blocks that punch, gets in a chop of his own. Morduk says, go ahead, give him a shot right there. He blocks instead, gets 2 shots in. Big shot there by Doxel. The exchange there. Exchanging shots back and forth. Doxel some coming and get it. Now he blocks it. Equals things out. Morduk getting more shots in than Doxel right now. And now we're going into full-blown hockey fight. Breaks up. I think nobody won that matchup. Collar elbow. Nope. Whip into the ropes of Doxel by Morduk. Leaps over and nasty drop kick to the chest. Goes up. Leaping senton from the top rope. But only a 1 count. A lot of work for a 1 count. Box Doxel to get to his feet. Quick kick wraps him up. He's going for the superior slam and nails it. Hooks the leg, goes for the pin. But only a 2 count. Plenty of shock, but not enough awe. Doxel crawling to the corner. Morduk there ready for him and gets an elbow right into the face. Doxel wraps him up hard into the turnbuckle. Goes from one side, now coming all the way from across town. Big body splash in the corner. Pulls him up to his feet. Wraps him up. He's got him locked in the Blood Hunter. Going for the submission off of Morduk. Carefully aimed elbow to the back gets him out. Pulls him up. Big forearm strike to the head. Another stomp there by Morduk. Marches off. Looks like he's ready. And he hits the brain drain. This might be it for Doxel. And it is. Doxel almost dead on his feet. Disappointed with the loss there. And there's Miney. Here to put salt in the wounds. Doxel saying, come on, come and get it. As they jaw back and forth from each other, he mocks him saying, come on, come down here. Yeah, I think Morduk pretty much is going to be that person that everyone just likes he's going to have what they call, he doesn't have nuclear heat, but he's going to have some heat there. He's got the right kind of heat. But the victory goes to Morduk, and now we go to our main event here tonight. We have Chastity York going up against Goldie Boone. Chastity York interfered in the match that Goldie Boone had against Cheryl Aranoma, blocking her from regaining, I should say, the Women's Lady of Valor Championship. And Goldie's had her eyes on Chastity ever since, and Chastity's been on top more than Goldie has so far. We'll see if Goldie can reverse that trend here tonight. Chastity's already in the ring, ready to go. And there's the entrance music for Goldie. And she's bringing out Jiashi, good friend of Chastity, saying, I've taken care of her. Now I'm coming in to take care of you. Swing and a miss. And now the strikes begin. Hockey fight already starting. The ring bell hasn't even been. They chase the ref off. They basically knock out each other. And now we're going for real. Goldie has Chastity down. Going for the big strikes. Pulls her up. Has the head stretch going on right there. Big series of punches by Goldie on top of everything so far. Big clubbing shot to the back. Has her wrapped up into the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrogs over. Big elbow shot. Misses, but no. Follows him up. Goldie doesn't miss with those others. Pulls her up. And Wandering Silence is patented old-fashioned pile driver. Goes up, second rope. Waits for her to get up. And double axe handle shot right to the head. Been all Goldie so far. The ref got in the way of the rope run, so she changes her course. Goes for the stomps instead. And now is going for the neck pull. Pulling back on it hard. Chastity reverses. Gets in some strikes of her own now. Falls it with a headbutt. Big strike there. Measures it out and a leg drop right onto the arm. And now Chastity slowly trying to take control. Throws the arm down onto the mat. Wraps the arm up. Hammerlocks it in, is going for the full arm pull. Goldie rolls free. Comes right in with strikes of her own going right after. Big powerhouse haymaker there. Chastity just now getting to her feet. Another big strike. And now the punching match begins. Big chop there from Goldie. Big chop there from Chastity. They're going at it hard on each other. Back and forth. Each giving what they can get. Non-stop there. Back and forth. And there comes the hockey fight. And looks like Chastity got the best of that one. Rolls her over. And she's locked in the lever. She's going for the submission onto Goldie. Has her locked in good. But breaks it. Goldie rolls outside the ring onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Chastity follows her out. Has her wrapped up. And going for a figure four. Submission doesn't count outside the ring, but does the damage. Goldie gets back up. Chastity tries for the kick, gets blocked, but hits the Goldie with the enziguri instead. Pulls her up. Throws her back inside the ring. Chastity following in behind. Big stomp to the arm. Waiting for her to get up. Wraps her up. Big slam straight down. Goes up. Double axe handle from the second rope. And the ref has ended. I guess this was never an official match to begin with. And the ref ends it right then and there. And with that kind of kiss your sister kind of ending, that will bring us to the end of another session of Grappler's Keep. Yeah, those two ladies definitely do not have much of a like. Come on, work. Why is my thing not working? All right, fine. We'll do it this way. For some reason, Touch Portal isn't working. So we got things back to this. So thank you for joining me for this special birthday edition of Grappler's Keep. Good to be back in after being away for several unplanned weeks, shall we say. A lot of good matches in there. I think we may see more TLC matches in the future, especially in the premium live. I like to say those specialty matches for the premium live event, so that way they don't get dull. But we may see a few more TLCs. Yeah, it looks like the ref called it as a double DQ and just let them fight it out, and then he decided enough was enough. So hard to say. Those are kind of hard to figure out what the game's AI is for stuff like that. So let me get that out of the way here as I try to shut the controller down. So as I said, schedule for hopefully for next week is probably most likely going to be, we will be here Monday for probably the final episode of Quern Undying Thoughts. Is probably going to be the final episode for that, but then again, we've thought that the past two times. So, but I think we are rounding third and heading for home on that one. Wednesday, there will not be the Skyrim serial, as I will be on the road out of town for my mother's funeral. Then I should be back in time. I'm hoping to be back in time on Saturday for Grappler's Keep. I'm not making any promises. A lot of things depend on how my travel itinerary works out. So the odds are hopefully we'll be back here for this. If not, then you can see what's going and the reasons are for that. So thank you for supporting. You can support us in different ways. Wandering Silence did that by giving a gift subscription to Crit Witch. You can take advantage of subscriptions here on the channel. Level 1 subscription, you get to be a manager for either a single wrestler or a tag team. Single wrestlers as Krellin and Wandering Silence are doing, or you can do a tag team as Prax is doing. So Crit, you can think if there's someone you'd love to be a manager for, we'll create your character and you will be a part of the keep. If you go up to tier 2, you can not only be a manager, but you can set up your own faction. Do you want someone to take on the Triangle or to take on Fatal Attraction, or do you think you can come up with a group even better than Team Chemo? How men or women combination, you can do either one of, you can do any of those. Tier 3, you don't get to be a manager, you get to be a wrestler actually within Grappler's Keep. Other ways you can support us, we have merch available. The link for Fourth Wall is there in chat right now. We have t-shirts, we have hats, we have the foam cozies, both tall and short ones. We have the tumblers. We have all sorts of stuff like that. If there's other stuff you would like, let me know and I will design it. I may look at creating some long sleeve t-shirts and maybe a hoodie or two. Who knows? We'll see. We'll create those as we may do those in the future as we go. So that's another way you can support. If you are a GM or have a friend who's a GM, especially if they're a forever GM, and they do not have their own custom GM screen, I make those on my Etsy shop. The link is just now showing up there. I'm now working on my new design for one. I call it right now Project Chameleon. You'll see why I'm calling it that when I have it done. Hopefully in the next few weeks, I will have a working model completed and ready to show off. So we'll be doing that soon. Those are some different ways that support the channel here. We also have a Discord. You can go there. We have sections talk about the games we have going on here. We have places for you to show off your creative stuff like I do with my screens. If you have creative things that you have going on, please feel free to show them off there. We like people to be able to show the kind of creative stuff that they do. And then we also have a special section in Discord called the Prayer Closet. Here in this household, we definitely believe in the power of prayer. We know that it's real. We know that it's powerful. We know that it works. We've seen it time and time again with all of our friends and family. So if you have a need, if you have a concern, if you have a request, please place it in there and we will be praying for you. And this isn't a thoughts and prayers and nothing happens. I keep on my tablet on Evernote, I keep a list of everybody on my prayer list. So it will use that, keep track of who's on it and how things get answered. So please, again, if you'd like that kind of spiritual support, please take advantage of it with the Prayer Closet. So tonight we are going to do a little bit different raid because I am helping indirectly with something. Diet Water Productions is donating a custom GM screen for the Greyhawk mega stream going on that's raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, a foundation I definitely support. I even interviewed at them once for a position, didn't get it, but I was very impressed with what they had going. So we are going to go raid them as they are raising money for St. Jude's. So we'll go ahead and get that started. So let's go raid Folk and Myth. They are doing the current leg of this one right now. So until next time, everyone, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody.
It is the best Twitch channel that is secretly an old-timey ice cream parlor on either side of the Mississippi or the Rockies. And you should hear about the specials. Monday nights is Bonnie's Bonbons, cream extravaganza with all the float sodas and sundaes you can shake a stick at. I can shake a stick at quite a lot of Sundays, but there is also a Fudge Rodin Sunday special on Tuesdays, and the famous 1, 2, 3 parfait on Wednesdays, where wrestlers meet up in the squared circle to work out their differences with some healthy wrestling-style fisticuffs. It is all good, clean fun. Hawkeye's old-time gaming emporium. Their milkshakes bring all the gamers to the yard, and their content is more exciting than any Nickelodeon. Take your horse and buggy to their address, twitch.tv/KY Hawkeye.
This has been a Diet Water production.